9 of the suspects in a nationwide Russian spy case were in federal courts today in Boston, New York, and Alexandria, Virginia. And prosecutors are saying that the evidence against them is growing stronger by the day. Another suspect has already jumped bail in Cyprus. But here's the strange part. No state secrets were stolen as far as we know. There's been no charge so far that any of them committed espionage. So what were the so-called spies next door really up to? CBS News Justice correspondent Bob Orr joins me with the latest.
I love Bill. You said, and here's the strange part. It's all strange. This is a quirky case, to say it succinctly. These apparently were real people working for Russia. They were here a long time. They mingled in fairly high-profile circles, but as far as we can tell, they really didn't deliver any of the goods. And the FBI let them operate for a long time.
Well, they were illegal in what sense? They were not who they seemed to be. They were...
The CIA for a long time has viewed these kind of people as, quote, illegals. These are people in this country acting as agents, not registering as agents, not under any official diplomatic cover. These are not the classic spies, you know, the Bond-type spy who might be working under cover of a consul or a diplomatic post. These are people just that came here to embed, to find out what Americans are thinking, what's really going on in the American suburbs. And it might be as simple as that.
Yeah, but what are they going to find out that isn't generally known?
When this program was stood up, things like Google didn't exist, for example. You couldn't just go to a computer and search, what's the American populace think about the presidential candidates, for example. Where's the administration on arms control strategy? The kind of thing that you could find now at the click of a mouse. This is kind of old-fashioned, a vestige of the Cold War, where get out and meet people, network with people, go to cocktail parties, get close to the think tank personnel. And the gold mine here, former government officials who maybe, become a little disenchanted, maybe a little loose with the tongue. Maybe they could tell you something that would lead you to someone with real information. And that might be the most important thing here. These folks, among other things, were supposed to be recruiting potential sources. These folks were not going to get the classified information, but perhaps they could lead they could lead Moscow to someone who could provide that information down the road.
So it's an enormous investment in time and money.
Huge.
These people spend years living apparently quiet, normal lives.
And a lot of them seem to like it. I mean, to be honest with you, there were a couple of people
trying to get Moscow to finance the house.
Well, that's right. There are people living in Montclair, New Jersey. There are folks living in Seattle, and then they moved to Boston. They seem to be getting along in the suburbs there. One of the alleged spies who's become kind of the face of the scandal, Anna Chapman, apparently didn't quite get it. She was very high profile, mingled in high society circles in Manhattan, liked to be out there, and used all the modern conveyances, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah. And the thing is, she kind of put herself out there and compromised herself.
Yeah, and here's my question. Would this story have any legs at all if her pictures on Facebook weren't as hot as they are?
What do you think? No, I think that's part of it. But I have to say, a lot of people have had fun with this story. It's been great fodder for the tabloids. I mean, the headlines every day are kind of comical. But I've been told we shouldn't make too much fun of it, because the fact is a foreign government, being Russia, did manage for a long time to have a sustained network of deep cover covert operatives here, and that's serious business. And the proof that the government of the United States took it seriously is, look at the resources the FBI had to put after this for years and years in a post 9/11 era, where the big heavy focus was on terrorism. This wasn't terrorism, but this took a lot of manpower and a lot of time.
Okay, Bob Orr, thank you very much for joining us.